This is a platypus, living fossils of the animal kingdom. It is also a wonderful flower in the history of biology. As one of the oldest mammals, it's definitely the ancestor of internet trolls. The loophole in evolution. Late 17th century, when scientists first saw its specimen, they agreed that it was a hoax, until they met the deity. What the hell is this? Duck's mouth, duck's legs, the body of the otter, and the tail of the raccoon. This patchwork body, if it wasn't for real, I always feel like someone is up to something. Not only is the body pieced together, it has strange properties, and that freaks biologists out. There's no way to classify it at all, because it straddles the three realms of birds, reptiles and mammals. Biologists initially thought it was a reptile, but judging by its fur, platypus are more like mammals. But mammals eat birds. Look at its mouth. It doesn't seem very convenient either. And the platypus doesn't have boobs, but they have an original sweat feeding. Although the feeding method is a bit unique, but he grew up drinking milk. Barely a mammal. But there's a new problem. Mammals are usually viviparous. This guy actually lays eggs. He can produce milk and eggs, so can he make his own egg tarts? Just as did the platypus dipping everything. Biologists are also wondering which category he belongs to, and I ended up creating a new category for him: monotremes. The simple understanding is to poop, pee, and have babies, all in one place. There's another weirdo in this category. It's the eye of a needle. These are both unevolved primitive mammals. In addition to the above strange combinations, there are a lot of platypuses, right? It has 25 theoretical genders. It has no teeth, no stomach, digesting food directly through the intestines, and the esophagus is outrageous. And yet, they're one of the very few mammals that self-feed on poison, and it's toxic like a hodgepodge. On starfish, spiders, the venom characteristics of various animals, such as snakes and lizards, not very powerful. It's just that finding the antidote should be a bit of a hassle. Such a messy beast. Are you in love? Cooking melons is a great wonder in the plant kingdom. Big coffee from the western border, like your menopausal mom, exploded at one point. Cooked melons are related to cucumbers and watermelons. They all belong to the cucurbitaceae family. But cucumber is a good person. They often feed others with their own bodies. Cooking melons is a thorn. He has a temper. Open if you don't agree. Every June, the puff melon will enter the flowering period. When the yellow flowers fall, melons with white fur, that means it's ripe. At this time, the mother will continue to teleport her fruit. Night puff melon is like a bomb full of gunpowder. Even a single raindrop can make it explode. The old man used a bamboo pole to tease us. Don't say it's fun. The intense pressure will shoot the seed 6 or 7 meters away. This is like true onside. Don't believe any fart. The same thing. The greater the internal pressure, the farther you shoot, and they're spreading it in really weird ways. Avoid getting the seeds and mother too close together, competing for sunlight and nutrients. And of course, don't be surprised by that. I want to play everything. Cooking melons is not only inedible, and a stomach full of bad water. It contains trace amounts of toxin. It itches unbearably when it gets on the skin. If it's really itchy, just go play with impatience. The same pinch will blow your eyes. The little guys in the front line are not mice. It is the smallest mammal in the world, the cool whale. All friends who have seen the black-eyed sheriff know each other. When cool whale was a child, his eyesight was almost equal to 0. So when you travel, mother cool whale will lead the way. The little cool whale follows behind. One bites the other. The tail is like pulling a tray. Line up. Although Kuching looks a lot like a mouse, but the relationship is far. Not even distant relatives. Even he often fights with mice. Our common canal spear is only 6 centimeters in size, and there are less than 2 Etruscan sprites. It weighs less than a coin. But don't look at them. They're tiny. The appetite is amazing. He eats twice his body weight in food every day. Their hearts can beat 1,000 times a minute. This also results in them having to keep working to maintain normal metabolism and body temperature. Saliva can secrete toxins, so they're in places where there are very few bugs. They're not eating roaches during their short lives, just on the way to fight with mice. Such a cute little thing. Are you in love? The goods in front of you are running towards you. It's the king of stupid birds, the king of little parrots. Look at him like this. Just a qualified walking chicken. Not only is it the only parrot that can't fly, and it's the wooden floor of the parrot family's IQ. Successfully infiltrated an endangered species because of stupidity. Currently less than 200. Little parrots are endemic to New Zealand. There are no large beasts or snakes in this place, so long wings also do the same. It's actually a crotch, and he was getting bigger and fatter. The weight of 4 kilograms is no longer a bird. Personality like a muggle. Combat effectiveness is the slag in the slab. Stupid. He still has a few qualities that make a big death. Let his population drop again and again. First, curiosity. Just like silly deer. I want to see everything. Stay still in case of danger. Stand still and wait to die. Secondly, smell the fragrance and recognize the silly bird. The moss-like color scheme would have been a good camouflage, but this product is born with the fragrance and natural enemy of its own fruit. It can open with the fragrance. Poor last memory. As the saying goes, God gives. You close the door, I will also close the window for you. That's what Holland parrots are like. I often forget that I can't fly, but I also like to climb trees. Jump down when you are full, directly lead to casualties. And here's what's even worse. This bungee jumping without a rope, and the other Holland parrots laugh. Then climb up and jump down. Give a sample to your partner and be content. Don't you have any ideas about your strength? In addition to that, they have low reproductive rates. More men than women. I can't find anyone to talk to at all. They had to do it manually. I finally waited until they were in heat. This guy is actually fooling around with the zoologist. He is also grateful that there are no natural enemies where he lives. The biggest natural enemy is your own long lifespan. Can live 90 years, let's just say. Don't talk about love like this. Wife not looking for. You said he lived so long and dried chicken feathers. He ate whale skins. This is one of the favorite dishes of the Inuit. They would cut the fish into small pieces with salt knives. After processing, throw it into the mouth together with the fish skin. That thick flesh comes from narwhals. Most of these whales live near the Arctic Circle. It can be said that there are basically no natural enemies except humans. The most striking feature of narwhals is the long teeth on the face. Only males and a few females develop left canine teeth. Other females lead a shameless life. Most narwhals are pennies. Some gifted guys are 2 horns and 1 stem. There is also a horn bone and a stem. When you look at his skull, we'll find, no matter how long their teeth are, they are not symmetrical. The left tooth is always longer than the right tooth, and their teeth seem indestructible. It's actually hollow. You can't break the ice. You can't wear the string. Its foot is more like an antenna. It contains millions of nerves, mainly used to sense seawater temperature, pressure and salinity change. The information they receive on their feet, judging the surface of unfrozen sea, then come up to breathe. It's just that their dental nerves are so sensitive. Just thinking about it makes my teeth sour. It's Australia's top predator. The recipe are quite extensive, up to kangaroo sharks, down to livestock calves, even human children. It's the dingo, also called dingo. Its predecessor was an Asian domestic dog. They arrived in Australia thousands of years ago with South Island settlers. This magical land, separated from other continents for tens of millions of years. After the little dog came here, it's very quickly integrated into the local ecology. Few strong competitors, even the thylacines were chased away by them. They can deal with small animals single-handedly. You can also collectively send out to beat up big prey. Plus no natural enemies. It can be said that it is in mainland Australia, existence at the top of the food chain. It looks very similar to the Chinese pastoral dog, but in the wild they are cohesive, flexible, intelligent and not picky eaters, very reproductive, and extremely difficult to domesticate. The locals would catch and raise wild cubs. When the cubs grow up, will be called by the tribe, back to nature. Dingo's habits are more like wolf, strict hierarchy. It sounds like a wolf. With the 19th century, Europeans brought domestic dogs that were better suited for living together. Dingoes are gradually rejected. Australian rhubarb has also truly become a wild dog. For this reason, Australia is still investing heavily. Nearly 6,000 kilometers of wild dog fences were built. Unexpectedly, rhubarb is so strong to live in another place.